Hey guys, welcome back to Exit Corners. So, as usual, I'll give you a brief recap of what happened last time. So, the past few episodes have really revolved mostly around Beth. It looks like we're going on through like a whole character arc with Beth right now. So, we learned more about, well, we went into a garden that actually looks like her former garden, even though it doesn't really look like that anymore. So, we don't know why it's there or how to send reconstruct it at all. And we solved the puzzle that was hidden underneath like the center of the garden, and we found out that it contained money, which was like insurance money that she got from an earthquake that killed most of her family except for Earl. This might be also why what she refers to as the same mistake twice, because she blames herself for the earthquake that killed most of her family for like failing to save them. So yeah, so this caused like a rift between her and Earl, which led to like basically almost everyone in her family dying. So yeah. Um yeah, we also saw like a cool sword on the wall, and we learned that ink like swords. I'm not sure if this is significant somehow, but it doesn't seem to be of like any functional use. And also the puzzles have been getting kind of weirder, because like with the poker one, I just like did it in like a random order and it worked. So I'm not really sure what the point of that was. And it kind of requires us to like think more outside of the box sometimes, but like they don't really explain what the solution is. So that's really weird. And also we got like a key from like when we went through the green door and we got the green key. And it had this symbol on it, which makes sense since we went through the green door. But like the other colors don't really correspond to the doors that we have left. Like we had the red door, like there's no red on like the painting, so I don't know how that's gonna work out. Let's see. Right, okay. And we did have a conversation with Seth at the very beginning. So it disclosed that it's not a man, so we're not sure if it's a woman or if it's even human at all. And it says that knowing why Ink was abducted would make things worse for all parties. Like, huh, that's something to think about. And we also saw that Beth has the same thing that Ink and Liza has. So Ink is speculating that there might be some trigger, like if Beth's garden triggered her to develop these symptoms. We don't know yet, but that's something to keep in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Alright, let's start. Chapter 14: The Nature of Playing. Alright, let's see Beth trying to explain. Skip the recap. So, why'd you change your mind? It was Liza. She helped me realize something. Me? What do you mean? You helped me realize that I can still help the rest of you escape. You came back to get Ink because he's good at solving those puzzles, hmm? I can help the puzzles too. Exactly. For me to die right now would be selfish. Once a lot of you have made it out safely, then I can worry about dying. The group shared an uneasy silence. Ink was happy Beth had changed her mind, but something about the whole situation felt off. How did Beth manage to leave that room all on her own? How is she standing even? I could barely move back there. I'm glad you're still with us, Beth. So am I. Thank goodness I came to my senses when I did. Yeah, that is a good question. How did she move? What are we waiting for then? Let's try to walk off the effects of the nitrous oxide at least. And what found that one? Ray flashed a green key card in Beth's direction. While we're at it, let's pop the sucker into the terminal and see what's behind door number 2. Yikes, I almost forgot about the key. Good thing Ray remembered to pick it up. Sean, geez, it feels like forever since he last messaged me. Do you want to get that before we head back? I can walk and type at the same time. Let's just go. Let's see if Sean found something out. Alright, Sean, what do you have for us? Ink, you there? Yeah, what's up? I'm being followed. Seriously? Who's telling you? Hard to tell, but I'm definitely being followed. It's just one person, but they've been following me since I left your place, I think. Where are you right now? I'm on campus, at the cafe outside of the library. I'm going to try sticking to public places for now. I don't know if to try anything, but out in the open. That's a good idea. Think this person is related to what's happened to me? I fucking hope not. How are you holding up, by the way? Everyone's still alive? Yeah, we've had a few scares, but everyone is still in one piece. That's good. Haven't had any other panic attacks? No, thankfully. What about that Aoife girl? She's still doing alright? She's fine. Worry about yourself right now. I wish there was something I could do to help you, but I'm still trapped in here. So you're you're sort of on your own. There is something you can do, which is why I messaged you. You said the others had their own Gemini, right? Let them know about me. I might not be the only contact who's being followed. Right, I'll do that. Message me when you know you're safe. If at all possible, see if you can learn anything about the person following you. Be careful though. I'll do my best. Let's beat this thing. You know I want to. Good luck to the both of us then. Talk to you later. Before he knew it, Ink and the other contestants found themselves back in the central chamber. The room was as they left it, with one obvious exception. Damn, our time is just about halfway up. Hey, did the keycard work? Yep. Stuck her in that terminal over there, and the red door unlocked itself. We were just waiting for you to finish up before we headed in. Cool. Mind if we sit down for a minute? It might be a good idea for everyone to clear their heads a bit. Ink turned his head to Beth. Something the matter? Sorry, it's just, you were pretty close to doing something drastic. I want to make sure you're doing better. Much better, thank you. I'd like to apologize for my behavior earlier. I wasn't thinking clearly, and I didn't mean to frighten anyone. I suppose that was Sen's plan, to have me die in that room. How close he was. He got into my head and knew exactly how to react. Honestly, it was kind of impressive. That's some extra level prediction on Sen's part. Though I guess he screwed it up somehow because Beth is still with us. Sent misjudged me, I think. He doesn't know what it's like to have a grandmother's intuition. Whatever that means. I dare him to try on that shit with me. If he thinks he's clever enough to toy with me like that, he's got another thing coming. I don't know if I go around saying that. Whatever. Scent doesn't scare me. Anyway, let's take 5. We'll head into the red room afterwards. Ray sat up. You going somewhere? Stretching my legs. That a crime? No, just... Oh, forget it. It might seem like he's being reckless, but Ray's confidence is an asset, trust me. If you say so. Say, I need to talk to Ethan and Liza for a sec. You don't mind, do you, Beth? Bored of talking to me already? No, Oh, I'm only teasing. Go on. Feel free to send Liza my way if you want to speak to Ethan in private. Oh, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. You two in the middle of something important? Not at all. Have a seat. What about you, then? What do you do when you aren't busy getting kidnapped? Let's see. I like solitaire, hearts, lots of card games, actually. Nothing as cool as poker, just family games mostly. I've got an old pinball machine I like to play, and I absolutely love to skate. Ooh, and of course I love to read. Fiction or nonfiction. If it's interesting, I'll read it. Do you read very much, Liza? No. Oh, okay. I read what I can. Not as much as the two of you, I'm sure. Nothing wrong with that. We're pretty bookish. Hmm, okay. So what else do you do in your spare time? Seriously? You've just asked me this. Why all of a sudden fascination with me, huh? I'm just trying to be friendly. You saved my life factor. I want to get to know you better. Well, I like to play online poker, but I think I've mentioned that already. I like to go swimming. When it's nice out, I like visiting the beach. I've been taking self-defense and martial arts courses ever since I was little, and I spend a lot of my free time listening to music. Who doesn't? What kind of music do you like, Liza? Oh, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. If I had to guess, K-pop, and maybe a little of hip-hop too. It's really that obvious, huh? Is it the way I dress? Eva giggled. I'm pretty good at this kind of thing. What about work? Do you have a part-time job? No job right now. But I do spend a lot of time going through my father's archives. Archives? His company archives. I'm the heiress to the company, so it's important that I know what we've been up to over the years. Important clients, big transactions, that kind of thing. Huh, that's very responsible of you. I'm impressed. I'm sure you do your father proud. Um, thanks. Liza rose from her seat, a pink glow creeping into her cheeks. Okay, so do you guys have anything useful to ask me, or is sticking your noses into my personal life fun for you? Hold up, there is a reason I wanted to talk to the both of you. My contact Sean thinks he's being followed. Tell your contacts to watch your backs, just in case. What about Beth and Ray? You gonna tell them about this? Beth's Gemini is broken, and Ray doesn't seem to care much about his contact. I'll try to get through to him, though. Okay, thanks for the head up. Thanks for the heads up, Pink. Yeah, I'll pass it on. Gemini in hand, Liza backed away from the table. Decided to make a friend? She looked lonely. Okay, boys and girls, let's get moving. Ray waited until he had everyone's attention, then darted through the red door. The remaining contestants joined him at their own pace. Right, what's behind the red door? Wait a minute. Ink scratched his head. Haven't we already been in this room? Almost. The room is inverted and the colors are different. But you're right. It's almost identical to the first room when you stepped through the green door. Sen has a uniquely lazy approach to interior design. I'll say, but at the same time, it's a little eerie. Puzzle's right over there. It's already on, so we can start working on it right away. Yeah, let's do it. Say, what's that note next to the monitor? Let's see. Eva tore the note off the wall and scanned it. It's the clue for this puzzle. It's longer than the usual, so I guess Sen opted for a note. Could you read it out loud for us? This is the body of John Doe. Tragically, John was diagnosed with a disease that prevents him from moving unless the left and right halves of his body are perfectly balanced. John's dream is to walk around like a normal human. We arranged the limbs provided to make that possible. That's all. I guess I'll hold on to the note in case anyone wants to reread it. Weird. Let's give her a go. Okay, so it has to be perfectly balanced. Huh. Feel a Thanos quote coming. Okay. Anyways, guess these are like weights. Is this just math? There we go. Okay. So I guess the red piece was like a red herring. Cool. What? How is that the answer? It makes sense to me. The clue mentions walking, and you don't need arms to do that. That's horseshit. You're a nurse. You should know that your arms help you keep balance. Well, given the clue, John Doe only needed the left and right sides of his body to be equal in weight. The only way that's possible given the pieces is if we leave out his arm. I guess. Fuck, that's dumb. When the clue said that he wanted to walk around like a normal human, I wasn't exactly expecting John over here to be a slot machine. So just because he's missing an arm, he's not a normal human anymore? Hey, you've got to draw the line somewhere. The way I see it, having two arms and legs is the standard, and anything less is, well, I mean, that's kind of ableist for sure. So everyone with a disability is substandard, is that it? Geez, don't put words in my mouth. But come on, it's hard enough to find work as it is. John's gonna be unemployed for a long time. Not to mention he's going to be single forever. I can't believe I actually waste my breath talking to you. A furious Liza turned her back on the group and whipped out her Gemini. But hey, at least he can still masturbate. Not all's lost, huh? Ray, you're being incredibly insensitive. I'm just having a laugh. No need to get all worked up. I want you to go apologize to Liza. Since when do you care so much? She'll get over it. Stop looking at me like that. I'm just gonna move on to the next puzzle, okay? Come join me when you guys can take a joke. Sheesh. Eva kept her voice low as Ray sauntered off. That wasn't stellar. How can anyone be that stupid? I'm sorry for how Ray was acting. It's not you that needs to be sorry. Do you have somebody close to you with a disability, Liza? Something like that. Oh, is that so? Who? Don't you guys think you're being a little invasive right now? Ah, right. My apologies, Liza. It's fine. I shouldn't be acting this way in the first place. Exit Corners has me stressed out of my mind, that's all. Some game this is. What do you mean by that? Games are supposed to be fun, aren't they? If it isn't fun, then I don't think it can be called a game. I don't think that's quite right. Not all games are meant to be fun. Then those aren't games. How else would you define a game? Choice. Choice? The act of choosing is what separates a game from any other activity. It can choose what to have for breakfast in the morning, but that doesn't make it a game. It's tough to put into words. This kind of reminds me of something Ray told me earlier. He said, "It's not a game if you can't win." And do you agree with him? Um, ye- yeah. Well, actually, I think games are supposed to be fun. So I'm gonna agree with Liza. Actually, I agree with Liza. A game needs to be fun. The exit corners isn't a game, by your definition. Well, actually, please tell me you don't actually think this is fun. Hey, obviously the whole dying thing isn't exactly enticing, but there are some parts I sort of enjoy. I suppose that's fair. Today hasn't been altogether bad. She's agreeing with me. I wonder how Scent defines the game. Makes you wonder, I guess. Regardless of what type of game this is, it's one I intend to leave alive. Let's keep moving. Let's go. The four of them near the door, but just as Liza went to pull his handle, Ray opened it from the other side. Time froze as he and Liza locked eyes. What do you want? I forgot something in the other room. Listen, if I apologize for what I said earlier, will you stop giving me that look? Maybe? Then, I'm sorry, alright? Liza said nothing. Ray coughed up a rueful sigh. I'm not going to say it twice, okay? Now will you let me through? Taking the tiniest of steps to the left, Liza let him pass. Ray squeezed by her, then made his way back through the bureau and into the main hall. It's unlike Ray to double back like that. I wonder. I'm glad the two of you made up as quickly as you did. Friendship plus plus. We're not friends. He was in the wrong and he knew it. That's all. There's something I need to ask Ray. You girls go on ahead. Not waiting for a reply, Ink decided to poke his head back into their central hall. Ink opened the door and crept through. There he found Ray, back turned, hunched over one of the tables. What are you still doing here? Ray swiveled where he stood and stuffed his hand into his pocket, confirming Ink's suspicions. God, don't sneak up on me like that. Did you find what you were looking for? Uh, yeah. Yeah, I did. Ink knew what it was Ray had lost, but hesitated to bring it up. He shifted gears. Was it your Gemini? I mean, he didn't want to talk about it, but we're gonna ask anyway. I bet you think you're real smart for figuring that out. Not really. Scent took all of our other belongings. What else could it have been? Well, you caught me, detective. I've been talking to my contact. Good job. How long have you been talking to him? Her. And we've been talking since Exit Corner started. I've been finding the time here and there, when the rest of you haven't been around. Recently, she's gotten a bit chattier. There's no need to be sneaky, you know. It doesn't have to be a secret. No, actually, I think it does. I haven't told anyone because I don't want people asking questions, like you're doing now. Sorry, Ray. It's just that it might be important. Oh, fuck off. My contact isn't important, trust me. She doesn't even know about exit corners. You didn't tell her? Listen, what goes on between the two of us is personal. I don't need you or anyone else prying, okay? I'll drop it then, if that's what you want. It is. And don't go telling anyone else, alright? Not even your little girlfriend. Yeah, I get it. Just so you know, though, my contact thinks he's being followed. Tell yours to watch her back. I'll think about it. We done here? Yeah. That's all I wanted to tell you. Okay, let's move. Once again, Ink found himself in one of the four elements' sterile hallways. The monitor's empty. Oh, the monitor's blank. I guess the puzzle's in one of these adjoining rooms, just like before. Let's try this door, I guess. What's on the wall? Turning the corner, he ran headfirst into Beth. Whoa, sorry. That's quite alright, dear. I'm afraid I wasn't paying attention to where I was going either. I was on my way to fetch you and Ray. Ink only then noticed that Ray wasn't with him. Why hadn't he followed behind? The puzzle's at the back. We're trying to figure out how. Motherfucker. Ink flinched as Ray's voice boomed through the hotel walls. He ran back into the hallway to see what was wrong. Oh, did he smash his Gemini? Cool. Alright, we're gonna move on to the next chapter. Chapter 15. RN. Is this going to be another Beth chapter? Okay, skip the recap. Ray was angry. As Gemini, or what was left of it, lay scattered across the floor in a dozen tiny pieces. Ink stood speechless in front of the debris. I hate this fucking game. What happened, Ray? Fuck exit corners, fuck scent, fuck our contacts. Is everything alright? Ink realized the stupidity of his question as the words left his lips. Yeah, things are fucking fantastic. Let's just do the puzzle, then the next puzzle, then every other puzzle until we're out of here. Would you first mind telling us what all that was about? Yeah, I would mind. Go away. Beth, unflinching, took another step forward. Ray, just who is your contact? I don't believe you ever told us. And I never will. Tough luck. An old employer, perhaps? A mentor of yours, maybe? Listen, we've all got shit we'd rather not talk about. I don't care how curious you are. Ray, none of us care what skeletons you might have in your closet. The identity of a contact could prove essential to figuring out who's behind us. Big words coming from someone who failed to mention that their contact was dead. I've already explained to you why I kept that a secret, and besides, that's not entirely true. I did tell Ink that my son was dead. Wait, really? Hey, don't drag me into this. You didn't feel like sharing that with anyone else? Not really, no. It was her business, and I thought that scent was just messing with her. Still do, to be honest. So that must mean you trust Ink, Beth. I do. Good. Then I'll tell Ink and only Ink about my contact. Wait, what? And then you're going to tell Beth that the identity of my contact isn't important. Then everyone's going to stop bothering me. Got it? That's not completely unreasonable. Is that okay with everyone else? I think Ray is entitled to some secrecy, but whatever. Do what you want. Cause you have secrets of your own. But yeah, I guess I'm not going to have any say in this. I know. I can barely hear you, Eva. Yeah, speak up. You know what exactly? Sorry, forget I said anything. Well, whatever. Alright, Ink. Let's go back to the main hall. It's quiet in there. We'll attempt to get this monitor back online and get the puzzle underway in the meantime. You will tell me if something is amiss, won't you, Ink? Yeah, of course. Let's make this quick, Ink. Wordlessly, Ink followed Ray back into the red-tinted bureau and through to the main hall. Sit down. Ink obeyed. First things first. You're not going to go repeating any of this to anyone else. You're just going to tell Beth I'm legit and then you're going to drop it. Got that? I won't tell a soul, promise. Before we start, though. Thought it was pointless to get mad at an inanimate object. Why me? I think that's a better question. Why me? I know you won't tell the others. How do you figure that? Because if you rat on me, I'm gonna clock you one. Oh, yeah, I guess I will do it. Just shut up and listen, okay? I guess I'll start with my contact. Right, who is he? Or she? She. My contact is a girl named Tiana. She was my girlfriend, once. Okay, so next. We broke up about 3 years ago. It was bad, real bad. How long were you dating before then? 6 years. Yikes, sorry. It's fine. We met when I was in high school. At a hackathon, if you can believe that. Oh, so she was a programmer too. Yeah, she was good too. Is good. Not as good as me, of course, but she's a sharp one. Both of us decided to go to Belbridge University together after high school so we could stay together. Obviously, that didn't work out the way either of us wanted it to. What happened? Ink, what do you know about Belbridge's sponsorship policies? Have you ever thought of writing a book and getting it published through the school? I've looked into it briefly. You present your work or finding to a council and then they get to invest in you, something like that? Yeah. One of the most appealing things about Belbridge U is their sponsorship program. Basically, if you have a cool enough project or research or whatever, the school will pay you to keep working on it. Oh, and if what you're working on shows enough promise, they'll also foot the bill for the rest of your education. Shit ain't cheap. That sounds almost too good to be true. Yeah, well, the catch is that the members of the council get first dibs when it comes to sponsoring you further. For example, if you were going to continue a line of research, the members of the BBUSC were allowed to gain a little equity in you before you could look for alternative funding methods. That wasn't so bad a trade-off though. Overall, it was pretty fair. At least that's what I thought. So you presented something to the council? RN. Huh? That's the name of what I was showing to the council. RN. RN? What's that? Some sort of programming thing? It's an algorithm. The Ray-Nandon algorithm. Oh, okay. You named it after yourself? Well, I was going to. Some algorithms are named after their creators. I blamed Dijkstra. Tiana eventually convinced me to change it. She said naming it after myself was narcissistic. Maybe she was right about that. I don't know. I wanted it to keep the initials RM though, so I ended up calling it the refractive node algorithm, which is a fair approximation of what it does. So it has nothing to do with light? Not exactly. It was a type of search and node traversal algorithm that allowed the index to forecast if the n effector was further down a set of branches. Um, so like a predictive algorithm? Then it would change its search type dynamically at every step of the search in order to point itself in the proper direction. The index would bend to be able to hit a very specific target in a near infinite set of nodes and branches. It's fast, bonkers fast, which is why I gave the algorithm a light-themed name. That's about the simplest way I can explain how it works. I'm sorry, I didn't understand a word of that. Okay, listen. RN searches through a set of items very efficiently. It lets you find something specific in a big list or tree extremely quickly. It's a new kind of approach that has a lot of potential applications. Okay. I've been writing an article outlining the strengths, the weaknesses, and potential uses of the algorithm, which I was going to present alongside the algorithm itself. What happened? Tiana and I were living together in a small condo for my short stint at BBU. I had completed the algorithm, but right as I was getting close to finishing the article, oh, Tiana stole all of my source code for RN and presented it to the council as if it were her own work. She just did that out of the blue? I find that hard to believe. It's complicated. Our relationship was already in a bad spot. Best you don't continue with this line of questioning. I'm missing something important, I'm sure. Still, didn't you have any way to prove it was your work? Didn't you protect your code at all? Of course I did. I was very careful with my data. We've been living together for years, though. We were both open about everything. I fucking trusted her. It was all a mistake. I didn't know she had stolen RN. So when I went to the BBUSC a few days later to present it, they laughed at me and claimed I plagiarized her. I talked about RN so much with her that she knew it front to back, so I couldn't call her out on it. There was nothing I could do to convince them. I was never as punctual or as outgoing or as involved with extracurricular stuff as Tiana. They all liked her more than me and didn't give me a second thought. I was angry. We fought. I can imagine. I dropped out, moved out, and haven't spoke to her since. Until today. Yeah, until today. I shouldn't have messaged her at all. It only made me upset. What did she tell you to make you snap like that? I asked her a question to see how bad I feel, I think. But I'd rather not tell you any more than that. It's personal. Besides, haven't I told you enough already? Yeah, you have. Sorry for asking. I'd be angry at Tiana too. Anyway, that's my story. Take it or leave it. I'll let Beth know that there's nothing to worry about. I mean, it's not like you can even talk to Tiana again at this point anyway. Thank fucking God. Now let's win this thing. I'm looking forward to caving Sen's face in for even reminding me of Tiana. That's the spirit. The two contestants exchanged a nod before heading back into the red hotel room to rejoin the others. So I'm thinking this algorithm may be important somehow later on. Beth was eyeing Liza, who was staring exhaustedly at her Gemini. Eva was on the other side of the room, pacing back and forth in front of the monitor. We're back. Very good. And Ray? Here I am. What do you want? Ink? Should I be concerned about his contact? No, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Is it an old professor of his? Or maybe... Beth, knock it off. My apologies. Listen, I don't know why you're so curious about his contact, but I can assure you that all your guesses so far haven't even been sort of close. So whoever you think Ray's contact is, you're probably wrong. I see. Forgive my curiosity, Ray. Whatever. And I thought I was a paranoid one. What's the status of the puzzle? Same as ever. The screen is on, but it won't register our input. Damn. You both had a look around, I take it? We did, but we couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. We're still missing something, I'm sure. Hmm? The monitor works fine for me. What? Just a moment ago, it was inoperable. Huh. What was that noise just now? Ray is right. It works fine now. Well, I guess that's one less thing to worry about. But now we have to worry about that. What the heck? Please tell me I'm just seeing things. Are they like in a simulation? It's slow, but yeah, the ceiling is definitely coming down on us. Fucking hell. I suppose we should expect as much. I bet you anything that the door we use I mean I bet you anything that the door we used to come in is locked. That's right, I just checked. Eva was shivering. She didn't seem capable of looking Ink in the eye. Eva? I'll be fine. Let's focus on the puzzle. Yeah, I think she's claustrophobic. Yeah, let's focus on the puzzle. Right. Okay, sort by STR. Strength. Axe, bow, spear, sword, wand. Wait, what the? I just. What is going on? Time seemed to freeze as Ink pressed the check answer key. Ink looked up. He could hear movement from within the wells. From within the walls. The contraption had come to a stop. What the hell? How'd you solve that? I just uh I just pressed every button in order. Just to see. Yeah, I, what was that puzzle? And that worked? Apparently. You've got to be kidding me. I feel like you may have not solved that the way Sent intended. Well, then he shouldn't have made such an easy puzzle. Why do you care what Sent's intention is anyway? I don't know. It just feels weird. I'm with you on that one, Liza. What is... I don't know if you can hear, but just construction going back. Construction upstairs or something. I'm with you on that one, Liza. I don't like being in the dark about this kind of thing. But at the same time, I'm not about to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm on to the next puzzle. An awkward silence filled the room when Ray left. Knowing their only course of action was to follow him, Ink shrugged and motioned to the door. The contestants shared in a communal sigh. One of them was notably oblivious, however. Even though the danger had long passed, Eva remained still as a statue. Part of Ink wished the two of them were alone. You okay, Eva? I'm fine, just give me a moment, please. I need to calm down. Liza was casting a caustic glare in their direction. Did she not notice Eva's distress, or did she simply not care? What's wrong with you? We were this close to getting crushed, and I didn't hear a peep from you. I'm sorry, Liza. I couldn't think straight. Funny. This probably never came up before. I'm claustrophobic, yeah. When the walls began to close in, she trailed off. Liza finally caught on and eased up. Oh, well, you should have just said that in the first place. I'm sorry. But you're better now, right? I still like to leave this room as soon as possible, but I'll be alright. Then let's move on. Yes, let's. The remaining contestants cut through the crimson hallway and into the second lounge, only to find that Ray wasn't the only one waiting for them. Do you honestly think I'm going to tell you that, Ray? No, I guess not. What are you doing here, Sent? Come to antagonize us some more? No, no. But now that you're here, I might as well, don't you think? Were you watching Eva doing that last puzzle? Useless, that one. I think I even saw her crying at one point. Oh ho ho. Alright, you can leave now, Sent. Not comfortable with this conversation, my darling. Don't tell me you honestly like this girl. Get out of here, Sent. I won't have you harassing her any longer. You yell at me as if I was to blame for her mewing. Don't play dumb. You knew she hated closed spaces. Don't pretend you didn't. I may have orchestrated a trap, but am I really to blame for her insecurities? Her fears existed long before exit corners, I'm sure. I bet you think you're really fucking smart, huh? Reality check, shithead. Using someone's known fears to scare them isn't rocket science. Watch your tongue, Ray. What? You don't like what I'm saying to you? Picking on Ether only makes you look pathetic. The girl's a little fragile, okay? As is every other girl. What of it? What was that? Women are unstable. Oh wow. Okay. It is a weakness of theirs. Oh, of theirs? Okay, so I'm not sure if Sen's actually trying to cover up it being a woman by like using reverse psychology, whatever, but like being sexist isn't gonna help. Oh, so you're a sociopath and a misogynist. I can't say I'm surprised. Call it what you will. I only make objective observations. Say, Sent, what is it, my darling? You just contradicted yourself there. I beg your pardon? Just now, you said women were unstable, that it was a weakness of theirs. Of theirs. That's an interesting choice of words, don't you think? You're implying that you're not a woman. That is correct. I don't see there being any problem with my statement. Are you sure? Because only a little while ago, you told me the opposite. Yeah, yeah, he said he was not a man. Do you see the problem now? Oh, you're so clever, Ink. It's one of the many reasons I adore you. To answer your question, however, no, I do not see any problem with either of my statements. Wait, what? You're a clever one, Ink. Surely you can deduce what that means. You are neither a man nor a woman. Okay. You're neither a man nor a woman. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Correct. Oh, please, do you seriously expect us to believe that? I have no investment in whether or not you believe that statement. But if you're not a man and you're not a woman, then you're not. Uh, are you agender maybe? I read about that. Yes, technically, but that's not the whole of it. What else could it be, I wonder? A liar. You're just trying to hide your identity. Duh. You accuse me of lying? Me? And not Kim? Huh? Who the hell is Kim? Perhaps if they haven't lied to you about their name, you know. Who is Kim? And with that final thought, Scent was gone. Kim. He made it sound like this Kim person was one of us. She is, I think. Ray shot an accusatory glare at Ether. The other contestants soon joined him. You think that I'm this Kim person? Um, I'm not. We're not mad at you, dear. You woke up in a hotel alongside strangers you don't know under very strange circumstances. Assuming a false name was clever of you. I didn't assume a false name. My name is Ether. Come now, Ether is not a name that any parent would give their child. Hey, there's no need to hound Ether like that. What does it matter what we call each other? I'm just telling her that there's no reason to use a made-up name anymore. It's good that San already knows quite a lot about us, and I like to think that Kim can trust us with her real name. Ether is her real name. When San mentioned Kim, he was referring to me. Okay. Well, that was that, I guess. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back again with the next one. Hopefully, just no more construction when I record next time. But yeah, hit like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.